Hi everyone and welcome to a new video. I'm back in Portugal. I'm back in Portugal. Yeah. Don't know if I'll keep that or not. We'll see. Yeah, so it's been 8.5 months since last here, my house in Portugal, and all I can say is that it's turned into a nature reserve. Have a look. The bees are loving it. Butterflies, everything. Hundreds of them. Well, not now because it's a bit late in the day. So this is the view from upstairs, and as you can see, it's the whole land that's covered. So I've actually been here for a day and a half, except that yesterday and the day before it was just mainly spent cleaning and dusting the whole house pretty much. So I didn't bother filming it this time around. Save you the aggravation of watching it and sitting through that. So the weeds have to go, unfortunately, as pretty as it looks. I mean, they need to go because how else am I going to do some washing? I can't get to the washing line. Nah, all joking aside, give it a month and a half, and all this lush green flowering plant like that, they're just going to dry out and become like a cinder block where you can just throw a match in it and it will go up in flames. So, need to get rid of it. I can't use a brush cutter around here because there's loads of stones down there, and if I'm using a brush cutter, the stones are just going to fly everywhere. So, no. Instead, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, the way they used to do it 50 years ago, which is pitchfork and the good old enshadder. Well, at least till I can use the brush cut, which is somewhere around over there. That's the way to go. So, let's crack on. So I think I've bitten off more than I can chew here, cutting the weeds down. I mean, it's so much more difficult to cut whilst they're all green. Usually we come out here in July and they've all dried out by then, and you just whack them and they just break apart and easily cut. However, they're a lot tougher. I mean, have a look at this one. How thick the root is of it. It's massive. And all of them that are over there. This is going to be a nightmare. So this ain't a new cosplay outfit. I've actually changed from using shader and pitchfork to setting up my brush cutter and getting ready to use a brush cutter, because as you can see, I've only managed to do this bit here, and that's taken me extremely long to do it. Trouble is the weeds are all green still, so they're a lot tougher to cut down. And you can see the pile of stone, and all around it is stone, stone, stone. So what I've done is I've set up the brush cutter, and I've put a nylon thread head on it. So it's got nylon wire and not the steel blade. And hopefully we can crack on. So I'm going to go give it a go. So that was an epic fail. Did not go to plan at all. So what's happened is the nylon thread kept on snapping for starters, and it wouldn't cut the thick stumps of all the weeds. So I'm gonna change the nylon head on the brush cutter and put the blade back on it, and then just be extremely careful whilst using it. I think that's the way forward. Okay, let's crack on. So yeah, I'm gonna put this blade on the brush cutter and let's see how it goes. Right, so for all of you keeping track, this is what the score is. It's Weeds 2, Mikey 0. So come on, let's see if I can do it. Third time lucky. So using a brush cutter with a blade on it has made it 1,000 times easier. I should have just done that from the beginning. However, I was hesitant because of the obstacles that are around. So let's go and check out how well it's done. So it's only a first pass, but considering the weeds were almost as tall as me, it's done okay. So this is what I was concerned about. You got the fencing going all the way along, big pile of stones, and then along here you got the manhole cover, you got blockwork wall there, and then you've got another one there, and then you've got a gas canister. Yeah, didn't want to run into that by accident, and I've still got all that to go. So this was only a first pass, so now I can see where I'm going. I'm going to go over it again and then head on down the end, tackling that bit. So yesterday, in my haste of chopping down all the weeds, I kind of made a little, as you would say, a boo-boo with one of the plants here. I'll show you what happened. So I thought that was my elephant ear plant, which isn't. It's a canna lily. My elephant ear plant is actually here, and you can see the top has been completely cut away, and what I cut was this bit of it, which would have been all new leaves coming out. So let's hope it will come back. I mean, there's some growth there. Well, you live and learn, and time will tell if it will recover. Let's hope it will. So all along here, there's supposed to be plants planted, but I can't see anything. Can you? So this is only the first pass, so we'll go over it again at some point. But now I'm playing Find the Plants. And if you look at one of my other videos, you'll see that we planted a few plants in here. Now it's a case of finding them. Let's go have a look. So just there is the aloe vera, and in there is the other midnight or moonlight aloe vera plant. Just down there. And here is the hibiscus plant, believe it or not. I don't know if it's alive or dead, but it's still got a bit of green on it, so hopefully if I do a routine of watering and maybe give it some extra nutrients, it will spring back alive. Down here is one of the succulents. So I've been using the other video that I posted as a reference point, and there should be more succulents in a row that way, but I can't see anything at the moment. I can see what looks like a cactus through there. Yeah, so it's a case of going slow and gentle with all this here. So today's Friday the 26th of May, and I thought I'd give you guys a little update of where we're at here on the land. So I've finished doing a quick sweep of the triangle bit, getting all the weeds cut down, and let's see the plants, what survived. I say it's about a 70% survival rate on what we planted. So got the two orchids here, peace lily died, aloe vera survived, the cactus survived. You got some succulents in here. Now the succulents have to be taken out because they were just smothered in the weeds. The orchids need to come out because they're going to die in the summer if I leave them there. This cactus survived, even though I had an accident and I knocked it. I was pulling out a weed. That one. The palm trees are okay. The agave survived. Now the snake plant half died. This one here survived, but it didn't really grow. And these two. Now this one, there was another one planted there that died. And the other branch there died. Only this main one survived, but it's looking pretty much battered and tacky. The yucca survived. And the trees are all fine over there. So, what's the plan for today? Well, I need to start a mini vegetable garden, and that's what I'm going to do now. Now, if you look at the land, I haven't really got anywhere to put it apart from over here temporarily. Well, I say temporarily, it's going to be a few vegetables here, and then with the main crop eventually going somewhere down the end there. And another job for today is to tidy this space out, because I need to start some seeds and I've got nowhere to put them. The only place where I can put them is in there. So I'm going to have a quick tidy out of that. I can now get into the barn. And around the pool, I've cleared the whole area around the fruit trees down there. They're all okay, need pruning and stuff. And I will at some point need to get into the pool and clear out that, what should we call it, the not pool. The not pool swimming pool, that's what I'm going to call it. And of course I haven't done this bit here because, as you can see, there's metal in amongst it and blocks all scattered around, so that's going to have to be done by hand. I can't use a brush cutter in there because that would just be sparking everywhere, and I've got all these weeds to burn. Whilst we're talking about burning weeds, let's go get your opinion on what to do with this pile of weed I have here from last year. Now some of it has decomposed, some of it hasn't. What should I do with all this here? This was a massive weed pile from last year. However, the majority of it on top is bay leaf, which is growing there. We chopped it all down last year and that's how much has grown back. And it's all here. Now, the issue with bay leaf is that the leaves, once they're dry like this, they're highly flammable. It's as if you're burning pine cones or eucalyptus. Extremely flammable. So, shall I burn it or just, I don't know, let it decompose? Now, I did register for a fire today because I knew the weather was going to be cloudy and possibly raining. However, they've decided that today is a high risk fire day, so you can't have any fires. So what I've done to guarantee it, that I can do a burn, is that we're coming up close to the 1st of June, and from the 1st of June you can't do any more fires, is that I've registered a fire for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday next week. Now tomorrow we're expecting thunderstorms, Sunday rain, and Monday, Tuesday cloudy skies. Now provisionally they've all been approved, all 3 days have been approved, so I can burn Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and we'll see what happens. But let me know in the comments what I should do with that pile, if I should burn it or just leave it, or I guess I could use some of it as mulch, but that's not for today. Today's job is removing the orchids, planting them somewhere else, and planting some vegetables in here. and emptying out what I call the shed. Right, let's do it. We can do it. I'm going nuts. What do you reckon? If I open a packet of Skittles, will it taste the rainbow? So I've done the vegetable garden. Let's have a look at it. So as you can see, all I did was dug holes, filled it with compost, and then put the plug plant in it. So here we have some courgettes. There's more along here and over there. Now this is only vegetable garden number 1. I need to do some other work first before I can get vegetable garden number 2 done. But in total I planted 30 plants. You got tomatoes, peppers, aubergine and courgettes. And some salad over there. So now that the vegetable garden is done, on to the next task, which will be tidy that room a bit. And then I'm going to get some more seeds started. I've got these trays here, which are 11 by 7, 77, and 8 trays of them. So I can do 616 seeds if I wanted to. But there's no way I'd be able to plant all that. I've got loads of different seeds to go through. Loads of them. But I'm not going to film that. So I'm not going to film that, tidying the room or putting up some seeds, getting them started. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like and subscribe. Tune in next week for another video.